Hello church family, my name is Alex and I'm here in Salvador, Brazil, one of the 12 host cities for the 2014 FIFA World Cup. While the World Cup will be stirring up a lot of excitement worldwide, there will be other things stirring behind the scenes. Unfortunately, many are unaware of Brazil's growing trade in human trafficking and child exploitation. Northeastern cities like Salvador, Recife, Natal, and Fortaleza are prime destinations for sex tourism. Many would even argue that they have surpassed Southeast Asian countries like Thailand and Cambodia. The truth is that in the past decade or so, Brazil's sex tourism, especially its child sex tourism, has boomed. In 2001, it was estimated that 100,000 children were being sold into prostitution. By 2010, that had jumped to 250,000 children. And the most current estimate that I was able to find says that it's now at 500,000 children. 500,000 children are being sold into prostitution currently in Brazil. That's double what it was in the past 3 years. The government also believes that the number of missing children leading up to the games and throughout the games is going to go up by 300%. There's also a highway from the northern city of Fortaleza, which is Brazil's sex tourism capital, to Sao Paulo in the south, South America's biggest city and the slave labor trafficking hub of Brazil. This highway is the BR-116, or sometimes referred to as the Highway from Hell. Along this 2,700-mile long highway, there have been over 260 points of human trafficking identified. That's roughly 1 every 10 miles. On this highway, children as young as 8 sell themselves in the middle of the night to passing truck drivers and tourists for the price of a plate of food, $4 or $5. Oftentimes driven to do so by their own parents, who need to support their own drug addictions, or just because they can't provide for their basic needs. Over 60% of northern Brazil citizens are believed to live well below the poverty line. One could spend a significantly longer amount of time spitting out statistics because they get worse. And the stories, they just add a whole other level to it. But I think you get the point. When confronted by the realization of the breadth and the depth of darkness in this world, it's easy to be overwhelmed. But the fight, it's not ours, it's the Lord's. He has already overcome the wicked one, and he's just waiting for his people to take his light to those who live in darkness. I thought of programs and projects that I could do, but as usual, God just reminded me to live up to the things that I know rather than always trying to start something new. For a long time, one of my favorite quotes has been, "Man is looking for better methods. God is looking for better men." God doesn't pour out his spirit on programs or projects, he pours it out on men and women. God is looking for a generation that wants to be like him rather than just to do what seems right. So, up until my visa expires and they kick me out of the country, I'll be walking the streets of all 12 host cities with a friend. We will pray for the cities and for the people. We will make ourselves available to them one-on-one, to whoever crosses our paths as we're walking the streets. We will seek to get to know them and share their stories with you. And we're going to give ourselves over to the study of God's Word, that we might understand his heart for the brokenhearted. We want you to join us. Follow us starting the 1st of February on our blog, cryingatthegates.com. And like our Facebook page, facebook.com/ Crying at the Gates. So you can see where we are and what to pray for. We will update our travel itinerary and each city's and individual needs. We would like to ask you to join us in prayer, raise awareness in your own community, reach out in any way that you can to those around you, join us in studying the Bible and in sharing what it is that we find. In regards to this mission, we do believe that God will provide us with all our needs. And if God is leading you to be his hands in supporting us financially as well, we thank you for your willingness to help. We really hope to grow a tremendous amount spiritually through the following months of prayer, and we desire nothing greater than we should unite together in drawing near to the Lord and crying out on behalf of our brothers and sisters who need to know and experience God's love.